Howdy ho, folks. Gaulv here, and we're gonna do some allied race monk leveling. Took myself to the Red Ridge Mountains, and yeah, we're gonna set that up. Making sure everything's recording and streaming correctly. Excellent, it is. All right.
I do not have a target.
We have crossed into the Red Ridge Mountains. We were on a quest from the Hero's Call board. Report to Watch Captain Parker at Tower Watch in Red Ridge Mountains. By order of His Royal Highness King Anduin Rin, all able-bodied citizens of the Alliance are to report to Watch Captain Parker at Tower Watch in the Red Ridge Mountains. Captain Parker's forces have come under attack from marauding goblins and orcs. Gnolls and orcs. The people of Lakewood are in peril, and your aid is needed to safeguard them. Travel east from the border of Ilwyn Forest and into the Three Corners area of Red Ridge to reach Tower Watch for the glory and honor of the Alliance. All right. First, we're gonna go on a Zen pilgrimage. Keep running, Worgen. Keep running.
Welcome. I
Greetings,
hope your
Gaulv.
travel was
Welcome to the
pleasant.
Peak of Serenity. It is here that we monks train and hone our skills in the martial arts. The time has come for you to begin your training. Speak with Master Cheng in the training grounds below us.
Courage first, then power, then technique.
Follow me and I will show you around the Peak of Serenity. Thank you, Initiate Shang. Don't forget to take it all in while you're here. The Peak of Serenity has a wonderful view of beautiful Kunla Summit. Look at this goatee. You think I'm worried about the vision of Kunla Summit? Here you'll find several of us who have mastered the art of various crafts. If you need any supplies along your journey, they can probably help. Apparently I'm getting tired. Now, it's been a long couple days at work. For those who may or may not be interested, I'm a cook in a casino. Been doing it for about 10 years now. This is the training ground where most of your training will take place. Come, I will introduce you to the masters who will be teaching you. This is Master Christine. She is a master of the art of channeling the mist to assist her ally and her allies. I look forward to working with you, says Mr. Crane. Master Wu. She specializes in defense against persistent attacks. I look forward to working with you, says Master Wu. Panda Raccoon. This is Master Yoon. He is practicing to use powerful focused healing to maintain himself in battle. Greetings, says Master Yoon. This is Master Cheng. She has mastered the art of fighting on the move. Greetings, says Master Cheng. This is Master Sang. He is a master of meditation and the ability to sense what is happening all around you. This is Master Hasu. He specializes using all kinds of weaponry and is masterfully protected with nearly any weapon under the sun. Damn, this is Master Cheng. Master Cheng focuses on relax and swift motion and will help you begin your training. And with that, I must depart. Good luck with your training. Welcome. Speak with me when you are ready to begin.
Hello.
No, I'm the other Cheng. No relation. Yes, I am a monk, though I always dreamed of being a demon hunter. I wish to challenge you.
There is no hurry.
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer. Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
Tell me of your travels. Greetings, Wanderer. Tell me of your
Bow to
travels.
me and we shall begin. Well done. Remember that swiftness of mind and body can keep you alive. Now, back up the mountain. You know what? I wonder if I should make a gnome just to run around on the fox and pretend that I'm that gnome from the little cartoon. Eric, the gnome?
Yes?
I hear from Master Cheng that your training went well. Come back again in the future to continue your training.
Bend with the wind, and you will not break.
I keep wanting to double jump like my monk. Or like my demon hunter.
Hello. Next one is on me.
Oh, I think I'm just gonna fight him again for no reason now. Right here. Oh, Renee Bean is back in chat. 1 second while I pop over and respond to her question. Is it me or do the Alliance have the better reasons now? Reasons? Question mark. So I've been looking at some of the data mining from Wowhead, and I'm really impressed with what Blizzard's doing with Kul Tiras and their sailor-ish coastal motif. From hats to coats to... There's a lot of really interesting stuff happening this expansion overall. I'm really interested. Races. Yes. I think the Alliance of the first set of races came out ahead. I think both Lightforged Draenei and Void Elves are better choices. I am really looking forward to the Zandalari. The possible orcs that are coming would be interesting. Depending on where Tortolin go, or what other races might be announced. But even the announcement of
I need to target something first.
the Kul Tiras humans, if they come with their models. Oh, I hit my void state. That's different. First time that's actually happened to me. Naturally. But the larger humans and the smaller humans are really interesting. Being able to play the larger human might actually make me play a human, which I normally don't do in these games. By order of the Stormwind Royal Guard, all gnolls of the region known as Three Corners and the southwestern corner of Red Ridge Mountain are wanted dead. Should you dispatch of the gnolls of the region, report your victory to the Watch Commander. Oh, same on both sides.
Hey there.
I need your help, Void Elf. Our nations have run out our rations, Jesus. And the guards are getting hungry. They're clamoring for my world-famous Frankenbeans, but I have no ingredients in hand. Would you be a darling and help me out? I need Gortusk kidneys, Condor giblet, and tarantula eyes.
See you around.
Tarantula eyes. In beans and weenies? That's just weird. I don't think I really like the Void Stalker. It just looks fuzzy. But that's neither here nor there.
Light be with you.
Heroes Call, Red Ridge Mountains. He doesn't even turn to face me. We got our own set of problems here. See them gnolls out there? Looks like they're acting up again. I don't like it. Don't like it one bit. I'll take some boots. Worthless gnolls are up to no good. I can feel it in my bones. Gnoll activity in the area has tripled. Make an assault on Lakeshire. I need you to head to each of the gnoll camps in this area and gather any information that you come across. Check the camps directly north of here, east of here, and southeast of here. Bring back whatever you find.
Be careful.
Quinn said he can't wait for Thin Humans, and no, I don't think we get them then. I think we end up having to wait on Thin Humans. I feel that any Kul Tiras that we get will either be after Dark Iron for Alliance or further down the line, because they've when Kaplan was giving his interview or his Q&A, oh, that's not going to end well. He kind of let slip a couple times now, or intentionally let slip, quote unquote, that we're going to get quite a few races, possibly. I don't know if you know who Noble87 is, but he has a YouTube as well. And he was talking about how it would be interesting if we got races for every person that's in the embassy. Like each one of them was going to give a race. And that could be a lot of content added throughout the expansion. Imagine a patch where just like, oh, these 2 new races come available, one for each side. Go do their quest. Or, you know, oh, we build up faction with Kul Tiras. You know, now that you know, most people have gotten exalted by this point in the expansion. Here, go do this quest to get them as allies.
Too far away.
It'd be really interesting. I know a lot of people are really interested in the thin humans, but to me, I think they're going to have the same problem that Forsaken do, because there just seem to be some similarities to their models, and that's the weird hunching, where I feel there's clipping issues that they just don't seem to address yet.
I need to target something first.
I wonder what else we could get for Horde. I'd be really disappointed if the Vulpix, which are the little fox people that we've seen, or the Tortolin both go to Horde. I'd really like to see something like the Tortolin be neutral, like the Pandaren, where they were kind of neutral. And that's another thing that I find interesting with the way the models are being data mined. The Vulpix, which is a little fox that was really cool, actually has the same skeleton as the Goblin, which would be an interesting way to give the Goblin skeleton to Alliance, like they did with the Void Elf skeleton and the Night Elf skeleton. But I think those are unique cases of elves versus other things. I still think the one I'd want the most is a type of troll on the Alliance, like Forest Troll, because other than the Rendori that are the Void Elves, there's really no... Well, no, I guess there was a war between trolls and humans, so that would negate a lot of that. Yeah, that's true. But looking at what's come and the battle for Azeroth that's framing up, I'm not sure what races make sense. The large and thin humans obviously are going to make sense for the Alliance. The Voxel, I think that's what they're called, the little fox race. There's a rep for them for Horde. So it could be giving the Horde another cute race. The only Dark Spirit would be the only ones to join the Alliance. Yeah, no, they're not leaving the Horde anytime soon, that's for sure. I was actually thinking Forest Trolls because of their hatred for the elves, specifically the Blood Elves. But their hatred, you know, goes to humans as well for the same reason, so that didn't work as much as I wanted to. I'd love to see some of the offshoot races, like Gnolls, Quillboars. I know a lot of people have always wanted centaurs or dryads and stuff, but I don't know how those would work, or that they would, you know, look great in armor and stuff overall. But yeah, the Tortolin, I totally want them to be neutral, just because I think it'd be awesome to be a turtle. I mean, that's a dream, right? To be a turtle. But other than the blood trolls, oh, there's the snake race that's been data mined, that look amazing, but they look like kind of a random enemy for the little desert area for the trolls. So that, I think, is not going to be happening, unfortunately. The Hosen, that's the little monkeys, right? I actually really don't want Hosen. Not because I think there's anything wrong with their... Well, partially it's their model. They move in such a way that makes them very unique because they do a lot of stuff on their hands. But... I just think that model to get animations properly for a player could have problems. Of course, anything could be updated. And it's also the fact that during the quest line, we learned that Hosen only live like 8 years or something. They're like weird, you know, like have an animal lifespan. A Tuskar would be great. I think Murlocs are not going to happen. They've shown them throughout the expansion to have some sort of intelligence, but they don't have the... Yeah. And I think that, one, the fact they don't have a speech. They've never spoken common. It's always been having to learn their language. They've been pushing that they're not coming. But I could see a compromise in that, but it would only be for the Alliance if they got Jinyu. Which were...
I am out of range.
Was it 20-ish for them? I knew it was still a really short age.
I cannot attack that target.
You know, for a game that's now over 10 years old. And I think that would be really cool. I could see Jinyu and the lizards from Mist of Pandaria. I really like their model. But I'm really into like reptile races and beast races. I'd like to see a really good beast race on the Alliance that's not a panda. Because as much as I love the pandas and their story and everything, they've got a weird squishiness to them that makes them not as desirable for some of the classes I'd rather them be.
I require a target.
Hosen leaders are about 15 years of age. Yeah. So the Hosen that we helped are getting up there in age that we helped during Mist of Pandaria now. So that would be an interesting take on that. I wouldn't mind an actual monkey race to be added. And maybe even a distinction between like a monkey sapien and a gorilla species. If Reichel go as a race, they will go to the Alliance due to the fact that humans are just shrunken Reichel due to the curse that was happening to them. We could get a humanoid-like race if they went the route of Rexar's Machnathal with a unique model.
I am out of range.
Yeah, because ogres don't come off very humanish. I mean, I could see them doing an undead elf as a subspecies, maybe, but I'm not sure. And I'd love the Viking set of the Vrykul, but because see, if Vrykul went to say the Alliance as a giantish race, they would have to give something, say Machnathal or ogres, to compensate the size, because that's something that they've done a lot of. Is keep, you know, they gave Horde goblins because they didn't have a short race, and then Draenei are Tauren size-ish, you know, night elves. So I could see like ogres and Vrykul coming. That would be really cool. But they could also split the Vrykul if they found a way to give some of the undead Vrykul to Sylvanas. The kelp ones. Their faction name is escaping me. Oh, I finished my quest. Moving on. For skinny orcs, we did get some skinny orcs in Draenor, which would be a really cool model to add if they hadn't made them so outside of left field with the way they were designed. The Corcoran Broken from Argus, I could see them finding a way into the Horde maybe, but the regular Broken technically are part of the Alliance and part of the Draenei, because that's how they learned shamanism in Burning Crusade, was from Nabunda. Yeah, the cave orcs, the pale ones. I think that's what they were called, were the pale orcs. They were kind of Gollum-ish, but orcs, and it was a really cool model. It was like a slinking version of the undead model with skin, which would work, of course. I don't know about skinny orcs outside of something like that where there's a curse reason, because a part of the orc is the fact that their entire civilization is built around this warlike, you know, build. A skinny Draenei could be interesting, but it might look malnourished rather than being able to just look like, you know, slightly frail. Reminded you of the movie Descent. Yeah, that would be interesting. But I always liked gnolls and stuff like that. There was a new Quillborn model data mined somewhere. Either that or maybe it was fan art, but I always thought Quillbors would be a great faction to join the Alliance because of their hatred for the Tauren. And early on, when we first heard we were in Burning Crusade, we were going to get new races, that was some of the stuff that we looked at was, well, what races are here that would make sense on other factions? Things like Quillbor. Wow, really? That's about it. Because a lot of the other quote-unquote races either are subhuman races or, you know, because you've got a few. You've got your Draconoids. You've got hyenas, Quillbor, the bears. Shoot. I've mentioned them before here. Furbolgs. What about the lost one? I'm not sure. Are you talking about the old god race? Like the one we met during the Void Elf gathering mission? Because that would be interesting. And then, of course, we've got things like Gill Goblins that were introduced in Val'jir. That would be interesting. And then, of course, some of the things like Sand Trolls or like Leper Gnomes. Some other things like that that are just a sub-race. The Frost Dwarves. I think Wildhammer Dwarves are still a great choice. Especially if they go really far into their lore. And give them the crazy tattoos, you know, give them some of the Warhammer hairstyles like mohawks, things like that. Could really lend themselves to such races. Okay. Oh, the lost one. Yeah, those were that's what he was talking about by the Brokens that were on Argus. And I think they'd be a really cool race. I always liked the Broken as a race. And, you know, playing a Broken shaman, some things like that would be great. I'd like to see, because with this changes, we gave a very pretty race in the Sindori. Or Suramarians to the Horde. And the Alliance got a fairly pretty race in the Void Elves. And Draenei, which are a pretty race. Even Dwarves are a prettier race that they're getting. I'd like to see something more monstrous, similar to the Worgen on the Alliance. And Legion, now would have been a good time to introduce a Legion corrupted race, in the fact that we've now broken Argus. It would be a really good time to have gotten one of those groups that was working for the Legion to break free. Would, like, the Draenei accept some of the Eridar back into their ranks and give that red corrupted Eridarian into the Alliance? I could see orcs accepting some of the, like, fell orcs back that, like, were cured of their blood curse or something. A demonic race that we find imprisoned, the entire race, because they never were corrupted, would be interesting. Because otherwise, like Nathrezim, we will never get, because there's a lot of interesting theories about them, but the biggest one currently is they were only working with Sargeras because he could kill them permanently. So they were working with him out of fear, but they were agents of the old gods in many ways, if you read Chronicle and some of the other stuff that was out there about them. So there's some very interesting ways they could go with that. And outside of some races that are tapping into the void, like the Void Elves or like a Void class, you know, like Shadow Priests, the Void are going to be a pretty heavy enemy overall going forward. So I find it really hard to see them as a race. Even though if you play the Paladin class hall, you meet an general in the army of the light that is actually a light forged Nathrezim.
I must get closer.
And you know, it's one of the things that I really enjoy about upcoming expansions, or things like allied races being invented or introduced, is I can get really excited about, well, what's the possibility for this? His face is creepy. Yeah, it's a little weird. Because new races, new classes, there's always things that are like super exciting. I'm really sad that currently we have one class in the game that can only be one race per faction. I was really hoping with the coming of the Void Elves and the Suramar Elves, the Nightfallen, that they were going to get to be Demon Hunters. And I would have race changed like yesterday. But that is what it is. Looking for piggies. Looking for piggies. I guess we'll... Oh, look at the cute little fox. Whack. Oh, nope, that's not a... I thought that was a critter.
Attack that.
That is, if the him having his horns cut off is a reference to Hellboy, that's a pretty deep cut, and I'm down with it, because Hellboy was a really cool character. And I like the idea of turning some things on its head, like a Nathrezim that's light forged and stuff like that. there's always, when it comes to races, there's the talk of Naga. And as much as I think Naga would be cool, I'd almost rather them introduce an enemy to the Naga from the depths that are similar, but maybe have a slightly different enough model that you're not losing half of your armor. But that's just me. Are there any off-the-wall races either of you think would be great choices? Or any of you would think would be great choices?
Too far away.
All right, I needed buzzards, didn't I? Condors. Oh, Alpha Worgen. I think the Night Elf Worgen, which is what Alpha Worgen are, is a very interesting concept, and I saw someone mention them. I think it was Noble87 actually. And his reference was, well, with the burning of Telodrassil, which we know is coming, it could be reason enough for Tyrande to get pissed and be like, you know what? We need something savage like that. But could you make them
I do not have a target.
distinct enough from regular Worgen? Outside of, oh, they can turn into a night elf, but they would have to physically look different enough as a actual, you know, the Worgen style race, unless they gave them bodies similar to older Worgen with an updated model, maybe. I don't know. Oh, I saw a bird shadow.
I require a target.
Oh, you jerk. Oh, giving them to the Horde. That could be cool. But they're still night elves. And I don't... Having won our war against the Burning Legion and the war, you know, the Satyr and all
I
that.
must get closer.
It would be interesting. It would take some storytelling to do, but that would be cool
I need
because
to target something first.
I know Horde players were saddened when they didn't get the savage werewolves. And the little vampire blood
I am
elves
out of
didn't
range.
quite fit the bill for most people. But that would be a really cool idea. Or have a version of the Worgen that are like cats or something that could tie in to the Alpha Worgen somehow. You know, so where it's something different even would be a cool concept. But then again, I've always just been a fan of shapeshifters. Alpha Worgen with feathers and stuff. I'll have to look that up. That does sound kind of interesting. Concept art of Alpha Worgen with feathers and stuff. I would definitely like to see them brought into game a little heavier somehow. Even if just so Telodrassil burns down and they get trapped in the Emerald Dream and become part of the Nightmare. They have to be wolves. To be Worgen, technically they do have to be wolves. But we've seen Oh, that'd be a cool race. If they found a way to bring them from Draenor, the cat people that were in Draenor, that were using the Worgen model. I really liked the way their models and everything looked. The ones that became the slashers in Burning Crusade. Again, I still think Arakoa would be great. I hate to see them split Arakoa and give one version of the Arakoa to the Horde and one version of the Arakoa to the Alliance. But I have a feeling that's the way that would work. Give me your kidney! I'm putting you in the bathtub! Taking out your kidney. But I think a bird race would be pretty popular. Even if it wasn't the Arakoa and it was something unique. But I think Arakoa have a lot of history to them already that would be interesting. And, you know, there are some interesting just one-off races. It's like tiny little groups that would be interesting. But I wouldn't mind seeing some water-based races if we went back underwater for another expansion. Or as another feature of an expansion. That is still a cool mount, even if it is ridiculously big.
You need something?
Perfect. I'll put these in the pot right away. Dinner should be ready in a few hours.
See you later.
Still not ready. Ding! Yeah! So for those engaged in chat, what did you guys boost with your 110 if you've already gotten your pre-order?
Need help?
Take my report to Lakeshire, located north of this tower. Deliver it to the magistrate. Stick to the road if you know what's good for you. Watch Captain's Cloak. Oh, nice.
Go with honor, friend.
That's the problem I'm having. I don't know if I should boost something on my Alliance server that I've been playing more on. But then what do I boost? Because there's really only two more mounts I want to get. One's the monk that I'm currently playing. The other one is the hunter mount. But do I want to boost a hunter? I mean, it gives me a ranged DPS class if I decide that's something I want to do. But if my RL friends don't come back to the game well enough, do I go back to Horde, where I've been playing with the AIE guild for a long time? Which I still mess with, and I still have characters in the guild, just to keep my rep up. And, of course, to have a place to play Horde stuff. Like the upcoming Zondalari Trolls. And do I just boost a low-level character? Do I try to get him to 60 first? I don't know. I could see Coulter Ross having shamanism due to the elements of, like, boats and stuff. But I could also see them just doubling down on, like, a nature mage. I see. Oh. Yep. We're going to go fight a rare dragon. See what he drops. Is he fighting somebody? Yeah, he's fighting me. Get down here.
too far away.
That guy went from a lot of health to nothing all of a sudden out of nowhere. He'd be happy if you could play skinny human shaman. Yeah, the skinny humans, I think they're cool. I think if they make other people happy, great. That's not going to be a thing for me. Nope. But, and I, because the humans haven't done much with shaman magic outside of Gilneas and their druidism, which was already an outlier. So I don't know
I require
how that would go. And next expansion, I don't know what would be the motivation behind it. And there are a lot of, well, I know, I guess there are
must get closer.
2 races that can be shamans. 3 on the Alliance. I wouldn't mind more. I wouldn't mind more paladins on the Horde. There seems to be a weird group of people that want to have Zandalaris be able to be paladins somehow, tying into the Loa. I don't know. It seems weird to me. The skinny human is the nerd body. See, I feel the same way about the pandas. The panda's the nerd body to me because I've always been the bigger guy. But I get the, you know, that's it. I think it makes, it would be really cool to take that into the route of like a Raceland character. I don't know if people are familiar with the Raceland mage from Dragonlance, but he was always sickly and thin and frail. But, you know, packed a punch. Lost a necklace. We can't find it. Go find the kid's necklace. Okay. Sure. The skinny human even has scoliosis. Oh, look. Guild spam. I could turn off guild invites, but it seems like so much work. Well, actually, they just told me they had openings and to send them an invite. They weren't just inviting me. That's nice and appreciated. Ah, there's necklace. But being a skinny shaman, I mean, yeah, trolls are skinny, but that's their natural body type for that version of troll. I feel like shamans have to be pretty hardy to control the elements like that. And I also, but one of the reasons why I end up not playing the panda a lot, despite liking them so much, is the fact that it's a fantasy game. I kind of don't want to be me, and being that I am the you know, was always that heavy kid. I want to be the muscular troll or the, you know, pretty boy elf. I wouldn't mind some more beefy races on the Alliance. You know, like the Draenei are their biggest, beefiest race. I mean, dwarves are stocky and look like they could, you know, knock you out in a fight over a beer, but yeah.
Hello.
Nope, that's not what I wanted.
See you later.
So for those involving themselves in chat today, what do people currently main? I actually currently main a Night Elf Demon Hunter. Currently. I've thought about just boosting my paladin so I could have a max level Alliance paladin, but I have a feeling if I do that, I'm just going to focus on my paladin and forget everything else I was trying to do. but I've been wanting to level something, and Paladin fits that bill. The bill of Druid, Paladin, Monk. Currently, the only classes that can be all three roles, because I really like the flexibility of being like, this expansion, I want to focus on healing. So at the beginning of an expansion, you start working on healing. You run the expansion that way, and you can focus on it. One of the things I dislike about Paladin's healing and Monk healing is your DPS spec is melee. So there's a big disconnect in the playstyle. Whereas a Druid, you can be a boomkin, laser chicken. Although I have to admit, I dig this hairstyle. Look at the glowy bits. Oh. It's just a cool effect. Although I kind of look like a gay goth pirate. I just realized that's not gonna... Citizens! Step aside! Warrior coming through! Or
What can I do for
adventurer. Headed out like Everstill. You'll be happy to know that we currently have a bounty on Murlocs. Yay, kill Murlocs.
you? Safe travels.
And that's why the Murlocs will never join us, because we have too many quests to wipe out their populations.
Greetings.
Our citizens go missing every day. We think the gnolls are responsible. Help us defeat gnolls and find our people. You must be properly equipped. Unfortunately, we are all out of gnome quarters. Without a gnome quarter, there is no way for us to communicate with you when you are in the field. Please tell me this is a gnome that's going to be strapped to my back like a radio. Myself, Void Elf Priest. Yeah, that's another reason why I almost want to just chill on my Void Elf for a little bit, because they are kind of everywhere. Definitely more Void Elves than anything else, I think. Although this is cool ability. Gotta admit. I have some mail. That looks like an inn with hearts on it. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. I picked up an herb. Let's clear out our junk. Let's see. Oh wow, the gear they start you with is pretty nice. Well, you do start at level 20 with decent gear, so that's a plus at least.
Come, shop, browse. I have many lucky doos. You like?
I
May your
really,
feet
really
find
like
good
my yak
trails.
mount. I'm hoping that the Brontosaurus mount has a transmogger on it and a repair just like this one does, and that it's not stupid expensive. But it probably will be.
Well met. Safe travels.
Oh, I gotta go over here and kill. Oh, someone's pig escaped. There's a cow. Yep. Kill the piggy, kill the piggy. Oh, it looked like some people dropped from watching. Went from 4 to 2. Only saw a couple of you responding, but I appreciate it. And definitely enjoy the viewership. For those looking, I'm going to start uploading these to my Facebook profile under Gaulv as well. And I may even stream there eventually, although that one looks a little more complicated to do. So we'll see.
Be careful.
I did get a lot more watches on Facebook, but it gave me the ability to promote it for signing up. So I don't know how that's going to work out in the long run. What ability to get? Detox. Ah. Look, I have been cleansed. Oh, no, I cleansed you. Oh, well. Roll. Roll. So 2 levels in an hour. That's not bad for leveling. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think we're going to go ahead and call it on the Void Elf for the night. And I think I'm going to hop over to my Demon Hunter and try to run the Valentine's event. Wait time, 7 minutes. Alright, that shouldn't be bad. Yep, my Night Elf is a female because I dislike the way male Night Elves look so much. And the Suramarians are so much skinnier. They just see, I don't know if they're just not as muscular on the frame, but man, do they look weird and skinny as playable males. Looking at one of the ones on my Horde characters. Oh, looks like we got 2 people back. Back to 4. Yay! And wings. Wings are great. Absolutely great. I don't know if I have the Augustian Reach one or not yet.
I cannot use that item yet.
Trying to get my Volajar rep to keep dinging as much as possible. Because I really... Damn it. I really want their...
My blades are ready.
We are all
Paragon
that
mount.
stands between the Legion and annihilation.
The Storm Drakes.
It will be my
The
pleasure.
Illidari cannot be stopped!
Yeah, I don't need Army of the Light rep anymore. I have all of their stupid... I got so many of their stupid mounts that I got a double the other day. Talk about it being irritating. All right. I'm feeling I'm going to be a tank now, so I might as well spitch. Wait. Wait. Why is that my weapon of choice? Because that's not right. If anyone's joined and wondering why I'm not playing my Void Elf, I switched merely to run the holiday event before signing off. Although there has been a lot of I wanted to change my weapon appearance first, but okay. Now let's see how bad I fucked this up because I don't remember what I'm doing. I remember how to tank. I just don't remember the specialization.
I can't attack that target. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. It is too far away.
All right. Bring to Stormwind. Okay. And I'm out. Head soulbound. Does not say cosmetic. Cloth. You can't go wrong with a gas mask. Those still watching, or those watching in the future, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know if you'd be interested in watching old raid runs, because I do those fairly regularly, and I could just throw on a stream to, if that's some people like watching. I do like the way these look. They're like little shields. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Void Elf gaining a couple levels. Enjoyed watching me fight the Valentine's boss. And hope you guys have a good night. This has been Gaulv, signing off.